It was a great privilege to develop this project with the Mossel Bay Municipality, and from Solareff's side it was quite a successful engagement from the start right until the end. We also worked very well with Element consulting engineers on the project, and the execution really went well.
The solar PV plant at the Hartenbos Regional Wastewater Treatment Works has successfully been completed. It's functional and control testing. The system is now running on auto, making the transition to full operational status. This project can be linked to SDG number 11, which focuses on making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable.
We all know the history of Eskom and energy prices in South Africa. So Mossel Bay Council decided to start investing towards energy sustainability. It's also about delivering services whenever Eskom can't deliver, and we obviously distribute. So we're also a taker from Eskom. So this will take us off the grid. Our bulk infrastructure will be able to cope with extended periods of load shedding. And then the main thing is the fact that this solar investment will also enable us to buy energy cheaper, and so this is one of those initiatives towards that.
The whole project basically initiated back in 2020 when the Mossel Bay Municipality appointed Element consulting engineers to look at master planning for them. And one of the main aspects that they wanted us to cover as well was also include some renewables, because Mossel Bay, as part of the Western Cape government and so on, very proactive in their approach towards renewables. We actually proposed to them, one of the proposals we said, why don't we identify your most critical areas in your network and see if we can at least focus on these. That then initiated into these projects. So the first of them was the Hartenbos wastewater treatment facility.
Started with doing some land audits and availability of land, and eventually we took this piece of land which ticked all the boxes except the one. The one was the geotech, due to the piece of land being a landfill site. The portion of land is actually a very valuable portion of land. It's situated right in the center and in the heart of Hartenbos, perfect for the solar facility.
As Solareff, we were given the privilege and the responsibility of managing the engineering, procurement and construction of our ground mount and PV site here at Hartenbos Wastewater Treatment. The project essentially commenced beginning of May, where we began with the design phase. By the beginning of October, we were ready for site establishment. In 2024, we then began the civil works by commencing with the stormwater systems and all the underground services that came into the earthworks. We came into January, beginning with the ramming of the mounting structures, installing of the solar panels. The critical part then moved to the civil buildings, which we also built as Solareff, before our major equipment could also arrive in early February and March. As the progress of the site continued, the project was built by July and we began the commissioning phase, in which we found ourselves achieving practical completion by the 30th of September.
This is a solar PV plant with 4,532 595 watt panels. The system produces about 2,112 kilowatt hours of renewable energy. The renewable energy is distributed from our renewable farm up top down to this substation here, which is stepped up at 11,000 volts. We do have a battery system as well. It's two batteries of 2,293 kilowatt hours per battery. That's a total capacity of 4,550 kilowatt hours, able to output a power range of 2,750 kVA. The system then can supply the loads fully in off-grid state or in on-grid state. In an off-grid state, the batteries are able to supply power to the plant for a duration of 4 hours. If there's a good sunshine production, the system will be able to run off-grid from 6 AM till 6 PM at the evenings. We also have a third redundant generator source, which will then kick in when the batteries are depleted. The generator source is about 1600 MVA. The whole system works with a power plant controller. The power plant controller decides which energy source is the most efficient to be used at any given time to achieve the most cost savings for the project.
What these type of projects further provide is grid resilience. You would have often heard that we need to expand the transmission grid in the country to provide power across the country. However, if we install more of these type of microgrid systems distributed around the country, we bring grid resilience and also grid stability to the local grids. Those are the opportunities that these type of projects bring, especially now that they are financially viable compared to the generation of bringing energy from far out. These will be generated locally and consumed locally as well. And then what we call the symphony of energies is what we need to speak about. Photovoltaics, the battery energy storage system, the grid, or the diesels alone cannot do this. We need to have the symphony of energies that bring all of this together as an item of beauty.
Excess energy from the PV system will obviously be distributed back into the immediate vicinity or the immediate grid. That will cater for the other businesses in the area. I'm very excited about this plant. It's a beginning of many good things to happen.
The achievement reflects Mossel Bay's forward-thinking approach to infrastructure, and it's dedicated to building a greener, smarter future. As a municipal manager, I am proud to say that we are one step closer in making our city and our town sustainable.